Hey, what's up everyone? This is Snackbox. Hope you all had a great start to the week. I know some of you didn't because of something that happened earlier today. A lot of people are mad, and here's why. Before we start, make sure to like and subscribe. And now let's get back to the video. So, what happened? Let's talk about it. I normally don't cover things like this on my YouTube channel, but I'm gonna make an exception here because I actually witnessed it while I was playing the game, and I feel really bad for some of the players. So what are we even talking about? Well, basically, we had this Champ Chase tournament, right? Right here, the Champion Chase tournament. And if you place on the leaderboards in the first place, you would get the Queen of Hearts, a Void Legendary Champion. Now, to get a Void Legendary Champion is very hard, right? Like, it's not easy to do. It's not easy to get a lot of Void Shards, and a lot of people will probably never get this champion. Another reason why people actually invested so much to get this champion is because if you collect all of the Alice event champions, you would get an extra reward, which includes the Cat's Gaze, for example, and the Avatar Frame, and gemstones, and some goodies, right? So it's really a nice extra bonus gift, basically. So that's why a lot of people tried to get all of those Alice champions. Now here in my Champion Chase tournament bracket, you can actually see a perfect example of what happened. So you see the first place here with 14,300 points. Now on Saturday or Sunday, this guy pushed with like 10,000 points, took the first place, and he stayed there for another day. Now, in those type of tournaments where you have to place as the first place to get some sort of reward, right? The most common strategy is to wait till the last minute. Like the last hour of those type of tournaments is the most important one, because not everyone can be online in that time, right? Not everyone can be on the game 24/7. And in that last hour, you can actually surprise him if you have enough points ready to go in that last hour and take the first place. And that's called sniping. I did that actually on my free-to-play account, not in this Champion Chase tournament, but in a Champion Training tournament to be able to complete the fusion Esme, right? So when I did that, if the servers went down in the last 20 minutes, I wouldn't have been able to do the fusion. I would be missing out on 5 fragments. So I can see the frustration, but let's talk about what happened. So basically, this guy was at like 10k points, then he pushed to like 14 or something. And as you can see, the second place is actually really close. He's like 800 points away. Then the third place is like 1,400 points away. I feel like they really attempted to snipe the first place here to get the Queen of Hearts. But the problem was 20 minutes before this Champion Chase tournament ended, and I was actually like doing Tag Team Arena, doing some daily stuff, and suddenly I was in an endless loading screen, and I got that, server connection issue. Please check your internet connection, retry, re-log in, stuff like that. So in the last 20 minutes, the servers went down and people weren't able to snipe the first place and to get the Queen of Hearts. Now, the problem with that is that, as you can see in here as well, people already invested a lot of Champion Chase points to get to the point where they are able to snipe the first place. But then because the servers had issues, they couldn't finish the job. An easy way to get points for Champion Chase tournaments, right? You have them right here. For example, Esme and Knave of Hearts, right? They give me 500 points. I know some people, they have like 20 of those lined up, right? So that's 10k points straight away. And if some of these people in this Champion Chase tournament blew out all their fragment fusions, they kind of like wasted them now just to get a legendary book, mythical Relentless Gear, and 50 Regal Masks, right? They did not get what they actually wanted. I'm pretty sure the second or third place would have been able to snipe the first place. I'm pretty sure. But because of the fact that the servers went down, they were not able to and wasted a lot of resources. Now, 2 of those 3 would have wasted the resources anyway, right? Because only one can win. But it wasn't fair because the last hour is the most important one, and 20 minutes before this event, this tournament ended, the servers had problems. So now a lot of people are mad because they couldn't snipe the first place and get the Queen of Hearts. They spent money for the shards maybe, or free-to-play accounts that saved up a lot of fragment fusions or shards, used up all their stuff and couldn't finish the job. So this caused a lot of problems. If you're free-to-play and you have a lot of shards saved up and a lot of fragment fusions saved up for moments like this, to win tournaments like this, and you're not able to finish the job because the servers go down, and you already summoned maybe like 8 out of your 10 fragment fusions, now you wasted all of them and you get absolutely nothing for it, right? So this is a huge problem. This is very unfortunate for those type of players, but also for the spenders, very unfortunate. And I honestly don't know what compensation would make them feel better. Now, the thing is, you can't give everybody a Queen of Hearts, right? Because then everybody that spent for Queen of Hearts would say like, why do you give out the Queen of Hearts now for free when we had to spend for it? So that wouldn't make sense. That is not the solution. It's really hard to do something here and to please everybody. And I actually don't want to be in a position of Plarium right now to fix this, right? Because a lot of people are actually really upset about it. And I can understand why. Now, alongside this issue that people weren't able to snipe the Queen of Hearts, there are also things like this one right here, where people actually summoned a lot of legendary champions in those last 15-20 minutes, because some players were actually able to get in and do certain things, but the servers were still like laggy and, you know, had a lot of trouble. But some players were actually in the game and summoning stuff, but they weren't getting points for the Champion Chase tournament. As you see, this guy right here was sitting at like 8,000 points. He summoned 7 legendary heroes in the last 15 minutes. That's 3,500 points, which would have took him to like over 11,000 points. But because the servers were laggy, the points were not registered for the Champion Chase tournament. So as you can see, there are a lot of things happening here. It's not only that people weren't able to snipe in the last minutes because they couldn't log in. It's also that people wouldn't get points for their summons because the servers were laggy or had connection issues, right? So it's a lot more complex than it seems. Now, there are a few opinions out there about this topic. So as you can see, me personally, I didn't try to go for it. I have like 294 points, and that's just from dailies and my Prism summon that I got from the Sand Devil. So it's not really bothering me personally, but I feel bad for the people that tried to go for it and couldn't because of the server issues, because it is really frustrating when something like this happens. And I think everybody can relate to this, right? Because this is not the first time this happens. Now, I know it's just a game, but still, people invest a lot of time in this, invest a lot of money in this, and things like that shouldn't happen. You should be able to play the game. This is not the fault from the players. This is a fault on the Plarium side, right? Because the servers went down. That was the issue. Some people might say, well, then, you know, don't try to snipe in the last hour, but hey, it's a very common strategy. I did it. A lot of other players did it too. Probably a lot of those that, you know, criticize it did it too at some point. And it's a legit way to win tournaments like this. So you can't really blame them for trying to snipe a tournament, right? Now, I really hope the compensation, and there has to be one, is not looking like 50 multi-battles, 1 energy refill, and 200,000 silver. I think people would not appreciate that at all. But yeah, guys, let me know in the comments below, what do you guys think about this? What would be your solution to make everybody happy again? Because certainly a lot of people are upset. And with that being said, don't get too stressed out about it, guys. At the end of the day, it's just a game. I know it's probably not what you want to hear right now, but that is the truth. And there are more important things than Raid Shadow Legends in this world. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and see you in the next video.